Welcome back to the gripping plots. More or less, we all love great cop shows. It has action, thriller, car chase, gunfight, great writing, and great characters. Most of the time, we fall in love with these characters. Today, we have some of these recent times' best cop shows for you. Meet you at the other side of the intro. Our number 10 countdown is The Rookie. It's all about this guy named John Nolan, who decides to become a police officer at an age when most people are thinking about retirement or other things. John Nolan is a middle-aged guy with a lot of life experience, and he's played by the awesome Nathan Fillion. He's not your typical rookie cop, but he's determined to prove himself and make a difference in the world. The show follows John as he joins the Los Angeles Police Department and faces all kinds of challenges, both on the job and in his personal life. He forms friendships with his fellow rookies, but he also has to deal with skepticism from some of the older cops who think he's too old for the job. One of the coolest things about The Rookie is how it combines action, drama, and humor. There are plenty of exciting scenes, like car chases and shootouts, but there are also lots of funny moments and heartfelt scenes that make you feel all warm and fuzzy inside. Overall, The Rookie is a must-watch for anyone who loves a good cop show with a twist. Our number 9 countdown is Justified, City Primeval. This 2023 miniseries catches up with Raylan 15 years after the original Justified series, with Timothy Olyphant back in action as our favorite sharp-tongued lawman. But this time, Raylan's trading the familiar Kentucky scenery for the gritty streets of Detroit. When he crosses paths with some shady characters, he's drawn into a new mission, taking down Clement Mansell, also known as the Oklahoma Wild Man, played by Boyd Holbrook. Mansell's a dangerous sociopath who's already given the Detroit police a run for their money, and Raylan's determined not to let him slip through his fingers. Enter Carolyn Wilder, Mansell's slick lawyer portrayed by Marin Ireland. She's not one to back down from a fight, and she's hellbent on keeping her client out of jail. As Raylan, Mansell, and Carolyn lock horns in a deadly game of cat and mouse, the series heats up with the sharp dialogue and thrilling action that Justified fans know and love. Our number 8 countdown is Mindhunter. This is a super intriguing TV show that delves into the fascinating world of criminal psychology and profiling. Set in the late 1970s and early 1980s, the series follows FBI agents Holden Ford and Bill Tinch, along with psychologist Wendy Carr, as they pioneer the concept of criminal profiling by interviewing and studying serial killers. The show is based on real-life events and characters, adding an extra layer of intrigue to the already gripping storyline. As Ford and Tinch delve deeper into the minds of notorious killers like Edmund Kemper, they uncover chilling insights into the motivations behind their crimes. One of the coolest things about Mindhunter is its attention to detail and authenticity. The creators worked closely with real-life FBI agents and criminal profilers to ensure that the show accurately portrays the techniques and challenges of criminal profiling. Overall, Mindhunter is a must-watch for anyone who loves a good psychological thriller. It's intense, it's thought-provoking, and it'll keep you hooked from the very first episode. Our number 7 countdown is Broadchurch. This is an amazing TV show that's all about solving a really mysterious and heartbreaking crime in a small seaside town. The story starts when the body of a young boy named Danny is found on the beach, and it sends shockwaves through the whole community. The show follows two detectives, D.I. Alec Hardy, played by David Tennant, and D.S. Ellie Miller, played by Olivia Colman, as they try to uncover the truth behind Danny's death. But it's not just about catching the killer. It's also about how the crime affects everyone in the town, from Danny's family to his friends to the other people who live there. One of the best things about Broadchurch is its characters. They're all really well-written and believable, and you'll find yourself getting invested in their lives and their secrets. And the acting is incredible. David Tennant and Olivia Colman have amazing chemistry as the two lead detectives, and they're supported by a talented cast of actors who bring the town of Broadchurch to life. Our number 6 countdown is Luther. This is an awesome TV show that's all about a detective named John Luther, played by the incredible Idris Elba. He's a super smart detective in London who's really good at catching bad guys, but he's also got some demons of his own. The show is a mix of crime drama and psychological thriller, and it's full of suspense and intense moments. Luther often finds himself up against some really twisted criminals, and he has to use all his wits to outsmart them and solve the case. One of the coolest things about Luther is its main character. John Luther is not your typical TV detective. He's really complex and flawed, and sometimes he bends the rules to get the job done. But even though he's got his own issues, he's also incredibly dedicated to his job and to getting justice for the victims. And of course, the acting in Luther is top-notch. Idris Elba brings so much intensity and charisma to the role of Luther, and he's surrounded by a talented cast who really bring the world of the show to life. Our number 5 countdown is The Sinner. This is a super intense TV show that will keep you glued to your seat. It's not your typical crime drama because it flips the script by revealing the why behind the crime right at the beginning. Instead of trying to figure out who did it, the show dives deep into the psychology of the characters and explores what drove them to commit the crime. Each season of The Sinner tells a different story with new characters, but there's always a shocking crime at the center of it all. The main character, Detective Harry Ambrose, played by the amazing Bill Pullman, is usually the one trying to untangle the mystery and understand the motivations behind the crime. What's really cool about The Sinner is how it explores complex themes like trauma, guilt, and the darkness that lies within us all. The characters are multidimensional, and you'll find yourself sympathizing with them even when they do some pretty messed up stuff. And let's not forget about the suspense. The Sinner is full of twists and turns that will keep you guessing until the very end. Just when you think you've got it all figured out, the show throws a curveball that changes everything. Overall, The Sinner is a must-watch for anyone who loves a good psychological thriller. Our number 4 countdown is Line of Duty. This is an exciting TV show all about catching the bad guys and uncovering corruption within the police force. It's like a thrilling roller coaster ride that keeps you guessing at every turn. The show follows a group of cops from an anti-corruption unit as they investigate fellow officers suspected of misconduct. Each season focuses on a different case, but there's an overarching storyline that ties everything together, which makes it really fun to watch from the beginning. One of the coolest things about Line of Duty is its twists and turns. Just when you think you've got everything figured out, the show throws a curveball that totally changes the game. It's full of suspense and mystery, and you'll be on the edge of your seat the whole time. The characters in Line of Duty are also really well developed and interesting. They're not just good guys and bad guys. They're complex people with their own flaws and motivations, which makes them feel really real. Our number 3 countdown is Bosch. This is a super cool TV show that's all about crime solving and detective work. The main character, Harry Bosch, is a detective in Los Angeles, and he's really good at what he does. The show is based on a series of novels by Michael Connelly, and it does a great job of bringing those stories to life on the screen. Each season usually follows one big case that Bosch and his team have to solve, but there are also some smaller cases and personal dramas mixed in too. One of the things that sets Bosch apart is its attention to detail. The show really goes deep into the investigative process, showing all the steps that detectives have to take to crack a case. It's like you're right there with Bosch, following the clues and trying to figure out who done it. The characters in Bosch are also really well written and interesting. Bosch himself is a complex guy with a troubled past, and the other members of his team each have their own quirks and personalities that make them stand out. And of course, the acting in Bosch is top-notch. Titus Welliver does an amazing job playing the lead role, bringing Bosch to life with just the right mix of toughness and vulnerability. And the supporting cast is great too, with lots of talented actors bringing their characters to life in memorable ways. It has a spin-off, Bosch Legacy. Our number 2 countdown is Fargo. This is a super awesome TV show that's based on the movie of the same name. But don't worry if you haven't seen the movie because the show has its own stories and characters, so you won't be lost. It's like a dark comedy mixed with crime drama, and it's set in the cold and quirky world of the Midwest. Each season tells a different story with new characters, but they're all connected in some way, which makes it even more fun to watch. The show is famous for its unique characters and crazy situations. You'll meet all kinds of interesting folks, from small-town cops to dangerous criminals, and they'll all get mixed up in wild and unexpected ways. One of the best things about Fargo is its writing. The dialogue is sharp and witty, and the stories are full of twists and turns that'll keep you on the edge of your seat. Plus, the show has this dark humor that'll make you laugh even when things get really intense. Our number 1 countdown is True Detective. This is a crime thriller series that's full of mystery and suspense. Each season of the show has a new story and new characters, so you can start watching from any season. The show is all about detectives solving really tough cases, and it's not just about catching the bad guys. It's also about the personal struggles and deep emotions of the detectives themselves. The main characters are usually flawed but fascinating people, and their interactions and conflicts add a lot of depth to the show. One of the coolest things about True Detective is its atmosphere. It's got this dark and gritty vibe that sucks you in right from the start. The settings are often moody and atmospheric, and the cinematography is top-notch. And let's not forget about the acting. The actors in True Detective always give incredible performances. They really bring their characters to life and make you feel like you're right there with them, trying to solve the case. Overall, True Detective is a must-watch for anyone who loves a good mystery with plenty of twists and turns. It's intense, it's gripping, and it'll keep you guessing until the very end.